This isn't just another transfer rumor. It's about a player showing real flair, making 33 Premier League appearances for a relegated side, scoring twice, and adding a memorable FA Cup brace against Swansea. Senior players and pundits praise his balance, dribbling, and ability to draw defenders and create space. But now Everton's in a race against time. Manager David Moyes says they are running out of time to bring in wide reinforcements, despite having funds after the Friedkin Group takeover. If you want every twist and turn of the transfer window told with heart and real insight, subscribe now and hit the bell so you never miss an exclusive deep dive into the biggest moves and the brightest young talents in the game. Everton's summer transfer window has felt like a frantic sprint down the final straight, with a scramble for reinforcements coming up against the clock. Their recent bid of £27 million for Southampton's emerging winger Tyler Dibling was toned down flat, and that moment has come to symbolize both the club's hunger for fresh creativity and the challenges of securing young talent in today's market. The Toffees remain undeterred. Reports suggest they'll up their offer. But this opening salvo has ignited a broader story about ambition, youth potential, and the delicate chess game that plays out behind closed doors at Premier League boardrooms. Dibling's rise has been quick but not entirely unexpected. He broke into Southampton's first team as a teenager, making 33 Premier League appearances in a season that ultimately ended in relegation. Even in a struggling side, he showed flashes of brilliance. He scored twice in the league and delivered a memorable brace against Swansea City in the FA Cup's third round. Such performances did not go unnoticed. Now 19 and an England under-21 international, he's drawn interest from a raft of Premier League clubs who see in him the kind of natural flair and technical ability that can unlock stubborn defenses. When Everton tabled their initial bid, it carried a clear message. We have the money, we see the talent, and we want you to help us build something new. Yet Southampton's hierarchy felt that £27 million undervalued a player they regard as a genuine long-term asset. Their youth academy has produced stars time and again, and they weren't about to sell their bright prospect for less than they believe is worth. This reveals a lot about Southampton's stance. Even after the disappointment of relegation, they remain committed to nurturing and protecting young talent rather than sacrificing pieces too cheaply. Everton's predicament is equally revealing. Manager David Moyes has publicly admitted the club is running out of time to strengthen the squad, despite having money to spend following new investment. They've brought in a couple of promising names, Thierno Berry, Adam Asnou, Mark Travers, but they've also seen custodians like Dominic Calvert-Lewin and Abdoulaye Doucouré depart, leaving holes in attacking thrust and midfield steel. An attempt to sign Kenny Teat from Fulham fell through when the Dutch defender chose security over a switch. Now Moyes and sporting director Marcel Brands find themselves juggling limited windows, lofty expectations, and the reality that snapping up top-flight experience can be expensive and complicated. That's why Dibling has become such a focal point. He represents a bridge between present needs and future promise. He's young, motivated, and at an age where regular first-team football can accelerate his development. Everton scouts have clearly seen the same qualities that BBC Radio Solent's Adam Blackmore highlighted when talking to senior pros and ex-players. Terrific balance, poise under pressure, surprising strength for his frame, and dribbling so close to the boot that he can lure opponents into diving challenges before flicking away, an echo of Jack Grealish's craft. That combination of physicality and delicate touch is rare at 19, and it's exactly what Everton's wide areas have lacked. Last season was a steep learning curve for Dibling. Southampton's slide down the table meant every week brought fresh pressure. Injuries niggled him at inopportune moments. The team's overall inconsistency weighed on his confidence, and he learned firsthand that raw talent alone doesn't guarantee results in the Premier League. Yet even in those hardships, he produced moments of genuine quality, an instinctive first-time finish here, a weaving run past two defenders there. Those flashes hinted at his ceiling, a player with the capacity to tame tight games with a moment of improvisation. Off the field, Dibling's character shines through as quietly as his talent sings on it. He's described as thoughtful, humble, never one to chase headlines. He spent part of his youth at Chelsea's academy but returned to Southampton because he preferred the environment and believed it suited his growth better. That decision speaks volumes. He's willing to sacrifice short-term glamour for long-term development. For Everton, that trait is a blessing. They want players hungry to work and willing to grow, not those chasing paydays or fleeting fame. So what could Everton really get from Dibling if they meet Southampton's valuation, rumored to be closer to £35 to £40 million? They'd land a winger with the potential to become a match winner, someone comfortable on the ball who can beat defenders one-on-one, draw fouls in dangerous areas, and create space for teammates. His style? Low center of gravity, sharp change of direction, capacity to drive at defenses, is tailor-made for the wide-area role Moyes wants to solidify. In a system that has sometimes lacked penetration, Dibling's natural flair could inject unpredictability into Everton's attack. There's also a financial calculus. Young English players of genuine promise carry lucrative resale value. If Dibling flourishes over the next few seasons, Everton could reap a handsome profit later, a model that clubs like Southampton themselves have perfected. Everton's new ownership have made clear they are prepared to invest in sustainable growth. By acquiring a player who is still raw but clearly gifted, they align immediate squad needs with long-term strategic thinking. The tug-of-war is far from over. Southampton will hold firm for a fee that reflects Dibling's talent and potential. Everton will test their resolve, tweaking terms, perhaps adding performance-related add-ons, sell-on percentages, or guaranteed playing time clauses. In modern transfers, structuring payouts creatively can bridge valuation gaps. Everton might propose an initial lower fee supplemented by significant bonuses for appearances, goals, or England caps. That approach often satisfies selling clubs worried about risk while rewarding them if the player succeeds. Beyond the numbers, there's the human drama. Will Dibling choose Everton's project over offers from more established outfits? Reports suggest he's keen on a club where he'll play regularly and feel valued, something Everton can promise more readily than a bigger club with a crowded squad. His own priorities, development, game time, trust from management, could tip negotiations in Everton's favor if they craft the right pitch. And what are the fans? Goodison Park has yearned for exciting young talent since the days of Wayne Rooney and Leon Osman. Dibling's arrival would spark genuine optimism among supporters, a reminder that even in tough seasons, the club can unearth players who bring joy and hope. Imagining him darting past defenders, whipping in crosses, or curling shots into the top corner revives the kind of expectation that feeds the soul of a fan base. Of course, no player comes guaranteed. Dibling must adapt to Everton's style, handle the pressure of Merseyside expectations, and prove durable in a league that demands relentless physicality. His transition from a relegated Southampton side to a mid-table Everton squad might ease the burden slightly. He's used to fighting for results every week. But Premier League margins are thin. He'll need mental resilience, not just skill. The good news is that loaning under Moyes, an experienced manager known for getting the best out of young talent, could accelerate his adjustment. Looking ahead, the transfer window's closing days will reveal Everton's true ambitions. Will they double down on youth like Dibling or pivot toward experienced veterans? The answer will shape the club's trajectory. If they secure Dibling, it signals a belief in building around progressive, homegrown style talent. If they step back and wait, it suggests caution or budget limits that could stall momentum. For Southampton, the saga underscores their continued commitment to academy excellence. Even in the Championship, they can command hefty fees for homegrown stars. Selling Dibling for a premium would fund a squad rebuild aimed at immediate promotion. It's a reminder that football is a cycle. One club's gain is another's source of revenue. In the end, Everton's pursuit of Tyler Dibling is more than a transfer story. It's a snapshot of modern football's balancing act between financial prudence and on-field ambition, between nurturing youth and chasing instant results. It's about a teenage talent ready to step up, a storied club craving fresh sparks, and the strategic negotiations that determine futures on and off the pitch. As we watch this saga unfold, remember you'll get every update, every insider twist, right here. So don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell. Drop a comment below. Do you think Everton should meet Southampton's price or walk away and chase another target? Let's hear your thoughts. The final whistle on this transfer drama hasn't blown yet, and you won't want to miss how it ends.